HOA tried to mess with my family. Big mistake. We bought our house about 3 years ago. Corner lot, double garage, trimmed yard. Nothing crazy, but it was home. My wife, Lena, always dreamed of a garden where she could relax in peace. The neighborhood seemed perfect. Quiet, respectful, and friendly enough. At first, the HOA was normal. Monthly emails, some basic rules, nothing out of the ordinary. But everything changed when a new president, Rick Thompson, took over. Suddenly, there were surprise inspections. New rules every week, and 3 so-called enforcers walking around in matching polos like they owned the street. They took pictures of trash cans, peeked over fences, even hassled neighbors about. Tiny things. We stayed out of it until one morning. I was on a work call when I heard voices outside. I stepped out and saw Lena in the driveway with those 3 guys surrounding her. One was holding a clipboard, another waving papers, and the third was standing way too close. They were saying something about her garden baskets being a violation. Lena tried asking questions, but they didn't like that. One of them shoved her. Not hard, but enough to make her stumble. That was it. I walked down the steps, calm and steady. Step away from my wife, I told them. They tried to act tough talking about official HOA business. But the second they crossed the line, I stood my ground. They weren't trained officers, just neighbors pretending to be. Things ended quick, and let's just say they weren't nearly as tough once someone pushed back. One of them threatened to call the police. Good, I told him. I've been waiting for this. See, I had already filed complaints about them harassing people. I had video, too. And that morning, Lena had turned on our driveway camera. Everything was recorded, clear as day. When the officer arrived, she reviewed the footage. She saw exactly what happened. The men were the aggressors. What they called HOA enforcement was actually trespassing and intimidation. Word spread fast. By evening, the video was online and the whole neighborhood was talking. Turns out plenty of other families had been bullied by these same guys. Fake fines, threats, and harassment. The pressure built. Rick, the HOA president, tried to smooth it over with a weak statement, but it didn't work. Neighbors came forward, shared their own stories, and demanded accountability. Within a week, Rick resigned. The HOA board was investigated, and missing money from fines was discovered. The so-called enforcers were banned from the neighborhood, and one of them faced charges for laying hands on my wife. That night, Lena and I sat on the porch with tea. She smiled and said, "You didn't even break a sweat." I told her, "I just protect what matters." And that's what this was really about. Family, respect, neighbors standing together. If you've ever had to deal with a crazy HOA, share your story in the comments. Let's show bullies they don't win when communities stand united.